guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're jumping back into some more Create Above and Beyond. And today, oh boy, the computational matrix. That's what we're going to be working on, and then also prepping for some more space stuff. We're all in that chapter, so I hope you guys are ready. So we are back in our Create Above and Beyond world, and today, there's quite a few things that we need to do. Last episode, we mathed out everything, and I mean all kinds of stuff. We have this all mathed out and running, and the only modification I made was to get this drawer to the front, and there's no real need to honestly do that. You don't have to do that, but I decided to go ahead and do so. But the big thing that I want to do today is I want to get these numbers into this ender chest and then we're going to route that back into this smeltery using the same system that we already have. So that is my goal, is to make this nice and compact and only utilize one smeltery. We shouldn't need more than that. And to be honest, yeah, you really don't need more than 200 individual numbers per frame here. So divide by digital, like this right here, so one of the computation matrices, they only require 200 of each number for one. So yeah, we got way more than enough. But we might be able to utilize them. I know you can't place them down apparently, but there might be other uses. I don't know if there's any pedestals that make things float, but you know what? We have it automated. It looks cool. I'm gonna go with it. So placing these down, it's gonna be just like this. I'm gonna go ahead. I went ahead and prepped up a bunch of materials because I knew I was gonna need a whole bunch of stuff. And the main thing is ender chests. I have these all locked to blue. And so the goal for these is to get these all turned on at once and feeding all the items simultaneously to this ender chest. So that's my goal. That's my goal with this. Now, to do this the best I can, I'm going to turn this down to -1. That's going to reverse the belts. You can see the belts are going backwards now. Just slow enough so that way I can put some andesite funnels on all of these. I know now we're blocking out the number so we can't see them. But yeah, this is going to take that, cross the belt onto my ender chest. I'm going to need some more andesite funnels. And then we're going to use this ender chest to link in over here to our applied energistics system. And all I have to do is put an actual regular drive in here. And we can actually still use this fluid drive. We've barely even touched this fluid drive with the fluid that's in there. So it's going to be pretty nice. So as far as the andesite funnels go, I think we can use an interface. I'm kind of hoping, actually I didn't think about this. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 slots. Now we can configure this, but what I want to need to actually do is probably use 2 interfaces. Let me go ahead and request another interface. So I'm going to need an interface. I'm actually going to need 3 interfaces, won't I? So I'm going to need an interface to import. And then I'm going to need an interface. Actually, I could just use one. Hold on. Applied Energistics. Let's just do an import bus. So we have an import bus. And then we'll use 2 interfaces to export out. So I'm actually going to need a seared chute as well. I'm going to need another one. That's how I'm going to pipe these items in. Unfortunately, we have 10 numbers with the 0. So it is kind of a pain that we have that. But yeah, it's just something that we're going to have to work around. So before we start messing with our smeltery too much back here, let's at least get this sort of set up. And I want to make sure that, that this is only pulling out one fluid. I can actually put an upgrade on this, but I think I'm going to go with just using another seared drain connected to the side. Let's go ahead and break this. We'll put a seared drain. I'm going to have another one over here, but this one's going to be filtered to what's in here. Well, I'll filter this, and I should be able to set this and say, hey, only pull this fluid out. So that should be the case. I do have this turned off, however, but over here, let's go ahead and hook in a fluid. We need a fluid import bus. No, Yeah, fluid import bus, because we're going to be sending this into the network. And then we're going to also need a fluid export bus, because this is what's going to go into the basin to actually craft them. So this is going to go here, and this is all hooked to this channel. Let's grab our Flux cable. All right, so this right here, actually, let's go ahead and break this. I know I'm doing like all this right now, but I need one of each number so I can at least get a little bit of that fluid out. Let's go ahead and grab one of each number, I guess. Can I do that? There we go. At least I can grab it. 2. There's 9. I get one of each of these numbers. Maybe. There we go. Sometimes it's a little wonky on pulling it out. But yeah, I'm going to grab each one of these numbers so I can at least throw it in there. You know what? I can't get a bucket out of that way. Huh. You know what? Let's just turn this whole thing on and then we'll pull it out. I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Okay. So we have our ender chest here. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to hook into this, and I want to be able to pull. So I'm going to utilize that import bus, and this import bus is going to have some speed upgrades in it. So it's incredibly fast at pulling these items out. That is the whole goal for this. So I can connect that there. Now, over here is where things get a little bit interesting. If we connect this in, I should be able to define like 0 right here. I should be able to say, hey, put one of each in at a time and keep a stock of at least one. And I believe this will import into the connected inventory and keep this stocked up. However, I can't do one because there's only 9 slots. So I have to do that there. Hopefully this works. If not, this whole logistics system is completely wonky. Now, of course, I need to turn this on. So let's head over here and let's hope that this actually starts importing the items in. Let's set this. We'll have it go pretty slow at first, just to make sure the items are going into the inventory. I don't have an inventory grid to see, but there we go. All the items went in. Now we should see all the items exporting out. Or am I going to have to use exporters? So it does export them out. But it doesn't put them directly in to the inventory. We would have to use something to put them in from. So I think instead of trying to utilize that method, I think we're just going to limit the input that goes into here, of course, with this whole system. And yeah, we're going to go with this. So I have some capacity cards that I went ahead and made up. And this right here should be able to fit every number. And then this right here will be 1. And I don't think I'm going to go ahead and put some speed upgrades, 2 in here. I'm going to go ahead and also put 2 speed upgrades in this one. Hoping that that's not too much for this, but I still have to get 1 of each number because I do have to filter this out. So I'm going to put 0 here. Now this, once it's connected, will start automatically putting the numbers out. So I definitely want to make sure that I have all of my numbers ready to go before I start doing that. Now, when setting the filter, we also want to make sure this up here is set to scheduling and export in round robin mode. The mode that it's set to default is this one, export first until the network is empty. We don't want to do that. We definitely want that set to round robin. That way it uses 1 of each number every time it exports in, which is a good thing to have set up. I'm glad that is an option because that actually saves me so much trouble. So I'm glad I decided to do that. All right, let's go ahead and put all of this in here. And that. There we go. Hopefully that's all even. I don't know. Our network is kind of wonky right now. I might want to check. I don't know if I can just export everything out. You know what? I'm just going to hook it in. And if anything gets kind of messy, we'll see how that goes with just this plugged in. Okay, so it should be putting stuff in here. Okay, so there's the 5s. It should round robin though. And it should hold 10 different of each one before it starts to compress. Oh, this is actually kind of nerve-wracking. Actually, I thought this was going to be a little faster. Maybe I do need a taller smeltery. Can always make this taller if it needs to be. But at least it's going through each number. Except for this weird number down here. And there's 3. Oh boy. Hopefully it makes it through. There's 1. Is it going to compress? I don't see it compressing anything down. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Weird. Oh, it needs 10. That's right. It needs 10 of each in order to do the compression. Okay, but are we off on anything? 7, 6. Okay, we have 100 of the matrix right here, so that goes on the bottom. We have 0, we have 6. Everything else is 7. So to make this even, we just need 1 more 0 that I'm going to manually put in, and then we can turn the system on. And that should hopefully make everything nice and even for us. That's the goal. Because it's not going to be backed up, if we turn this on and let this rock and roll, hopefully 8 will see the speed of everything. There's everything going in there. Seems like it's able to keep up with this. And then down here is the matrix. Okay. Filling up. Doing its thing. Okay. Yeah, I think this is going to work. It seems like it can keep up with that speed. And that's just controlling the conveyor belts. Because we have plenty of this stuff built up, by the way. So much. Like, the numbers are not even an issue. So luckily I'm able to actually just drag the computational matrix fluid in here for a filter. So I don't have to wait for it to build up. I was hoping that was a feature that was in this. And so I can actually just hook this in now. And so we're only using 1, 2, 3, 4 channels right here off of this. And so that should only be pulling specifically that out. Now I could make this faster, speed it up. I just need to make the smelter, I think, a little bit taller. But yeah, this is working. It's working really good, actually. Now, so this is going to be building up as a separate fluid in here, as in the computational matrix. And then all we have to do is get ourselves a basin, and we are going to be exporting these things. And for the finale, all we have to do is literally hook this up to a chest. Now, this does not, like I said, does not have to be something that is automated. You could just, you know, cast these out by hand, and I wouldn't want to cast these out by hand, but this is sort of like the finale sort of thing before we get into space exploration. So yeah, this is sort of a thing that we have to do. Now, casting this is as simple as, well, just applying a fluid export to it. Get our cable here and hooking this in just like this. Now we do have to specify, and it needs to be the matrix. There we go. Liquefied computation matrix. And that should start to fill up. And as soon as there's enough in here, by the way, speed. I don't think we need any speed upgrades though, honestly. Is this working? Computation. There is computational matrix in here, but it's not pulling it out. Is that because this actually needs to be on the bottom to be filtered out, so I have to lock this? I think that's the case. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this temporarily. And then what we need is a copper can. And so I'll just pull out I'll pull it out with a copper can. And I think I need to swap this with a seared duct. So let me go ahead and stop this. So all of this stops filling up. Yep, that's what we need. And I've got to go make one of those. So I hope this is just as, I hope this helps. Like this right here, they both need to be swapped out. So yes, I have to go back through this again, basically clearing our smeltery. There we go. And I have to put in these seared ducts here. And then I'm going to define one. This has to be defined by putting that in there. And then this has to be defined by putting that in there. And now, technically, we don't really need filters on the import buses. Like, they just need to be running. And they should work. Like, they should just go ahead and automatically, like, pull the fluid. This is working, right? Let's see. We should see the computation. It shouldn't be building up in here, by the way, because it should just be filling this. And we already have a computation matrix. Look at this. Oh my goodness. All of this for this automation. And we already have one. That was too fast. But that's what I've been told about this part of the pack is like, you get this done and you're like, oh, I automated all that for only 8 of these. So these can't be placed down, right? They can't be placed on the ground, but they just look pretty. Interesting. No other uses other than used in this final craft, which is to make the rocket guidance computer. Interesting. Now that we have this going, we kind of need to move into some more difficult things like, I don't know, the matter ball, which it looks like we can use a 1K storage component, which probably would be a good idea to use for this matter ball, because we're going to need a bunch of matter balls. Now, how are we going to get a lot done, like a lot of items from the matter ball to this? Because that's sort of how this sort of works. Let me take a look. Applied energistics. I am going to need myself one of these. There we go. So we have a pearl. And then I need a controller. Let's see. Let's do a controller real quick. Hopefully I have enough for one. Looks like I do. Perfect. So yeah, we need to take this item with a 1K storage component, and we need to get a bunch of items into it to be able to make these balls. Now, I know a nice trick to be able to do this that should hopefully work so long as we can pump water in fast enough. But it also comes at another cost, or we can honestly do items as well. I think cobblestone is probably a good thing to do. You know, actually, no, I think it's a fluid. So we would need some sort of water pump to get this in. I'm going to talk about this here in a second. I'm kind of probably confusing you. But yeah, so basically you pump items into the condenser, and then we need a storage component to basically just say, hey, we're doing this. So here's a 1K storage component. So we'll put this down. I don't know if this has to be powered or anything. I don't think so. So this right here, we have it set to destroy items. Condense into matter balls is what we need to set to. And for example, cobble. Let's do some cobblestone. If I toss the items in here, you can see it starts to fill up. And that was only 2 stacks. And we get ourselves a matter ball, right? So luckily we don't need power for this, but we do need to make sure that we are consistently putting the items in to get the matter balls, because the matter balls require 9 of them, and it also needs to be superheated to get this. Now, luckily, I don't think we have to automate this process. This is just sort of something that we need to have a little setup for. With a superheated guy, that's not too difficult. We can actually buy blaze cakes, thankfully, with the trade, and they're actually really cheap. So we need to get a lot of these balls, though. Lots of matter balls. What's a good way of doing that? So for this, I think I have a plan. So I had used this in the past when I played Ocean Block, FTB Ocean Block. And what I had done is I used a system like this. So this is pumping out water, for example. And I allowed this to fill up a chisel and bits storage drawer. Hopefully this will actually work. Will this pipe to it? That I don't know. Maybe it's because this is too much fluid. Will this not take? Can it only be filled from the bottom? This should be able to be filled with fluid unless it's disabled. Maybe I have to right click it. Currently empty. Does this pipe not actually connect? Yeah, from the looks of things, it doesn't seem like I can automate this, but it still might be a viable option. Now, if you wanted to fully automate it, definitely cobblestone would probably be the way to go. But for right now, I'm going to set this here. I should be able to bucket that into there. You can see there's now a bucket of this water in here. Hopefully full auto extraction isn't disabled. I'm hoping not. So I put this in here and we can set that there. And we pipe this over and we set this to go incredibly fast. So I have some incredibly fast item extracts. So this and then this. It only accepts one. And yes, it is piping the water, you can see, over to this. I still think, yeah, it may be fast, but it's not fast enough. And I still think the better option is going to be doing something different with this. Probably going with the cobblestone. You know what? I do have all of this flint that I could potentially be using. How about I do this? So I just set this down and we route over into the flint and I say, hey, let's speed this up. I have several stacks of flint. We could do this. Totally, this should totally work. There we go. We're sending flint. And yeah, that should definitely work. Okay, let's go ahead and take that. And then a drawer. And we'll just go ahead and we'll just pipe over into the drawer. Oop, that's a bunch of clay. You know, we can also go ahead and empty this drawer, I guess. There we go. And we can toss that in there as well. Like any of like trash items can be tossed in here. And then I just need a simple pretty pipes extractor. Just like that. And I can even slap a speed on there. No big deal. And perfect. Yeah, it's extracting the matter balls. And as you can see, that's going up. And we should also be draining all of that flint that we have built up in here. However, I do want to get a key. And I do want to make sure that these drawers are locked. Otherwise, that would be kind of a nightmare later on down the road. So at the moment, after hanging out on Discord, I did get some recommendations for how to set this up. Now, I did completely run my... I ran all that flint dry. Like that stuff disappeared really fast. But what I have here is an Oculus accumulator with an upgrade in it. I have my fluid cell, and then I have the matter condenser that is being filled up, and this is quite fast. This is this is quite fast and scalable. This is what was recommended. Yeah, this is way faster than any of the methods. I did not know originally that this can accept water. This would have really helped when I played the FTB ocean block. That would have been really nice. But yeah, this is all working. I'm getting our the matter balls ready, and yeah, we're just about ready to progress further. But I think that's gonna have to wait till next episode. And well, guys, with all of this set up, of course, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to go to AFD420. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on the Discord, becoming a Discord Premium member, which, if you didn't know what Discord Premium is, it is a new feature that Discord has that allows you guys to be able to support creators through Discord itself, which is absolutely an amazing service. And of course, guys, if you want to join my Discord, of course, you don't have to be a member to join. All you got to do is just go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect, and be sure to check out the SMP server while you're over there. It's absolutely free for anyone to join. And there is a lot of fun stuff that is going on and is going to be planned in the future. Like, I planned on this server going on for quite a while. And so there's going to be some videos that's going to come out, hopefully showcasing some awesome builds from you guys, which I can't wait to see. There's already been some like insane stuff going on over there. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Of course, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.